Hello everyone and welcome back to the ultimate career where we're taking ourselves from zero to hero. Today you join us for the Turkish Grand Prix, sadly the last time that we will be going to this great circuit. What a shame that is. Obviously we came back here during COVID when Hamilton won his 7th World Championship, his record-breaking 7th World Championship in real life. But yeah, this was the last season it was firmly on the calendar, which is a real shame. It's a quirky track, but we will be able to honour it today for this Grand Prix, the 4th race of the season so far. Lewis Hamilton leads the way by 25 points. He's a whole race victory ahead of his teammate Jenson Button on 36 points. But yeah, we're sitting pretty in 4th place at the moment. We've had 2 4th places, a 7th and 2 fastest laps. So yeah, we've had a incredible start to this season with our new team at Sauber, and it's going to be tough to carry it on today. I think I struggled in the Virgin last year here, so hopefully we have a change in fortune this time round, but we're only going to find out once we get out there in qualifying. Let's go. Right, we've set a banker lap now. This is our first true flying lap. Oh, nice. We're up to 2nd place, just ahead of my teammate. At 4/10 back to Chandok, who is finding a lot of pace in his Force India so far, and we're finding a lot of stuttering. Thank you very much. Thankfully, I'm not on a flying lap. Oh god, trying to navigate through that was pretty tough. Yeah, I think I need to come back into the garage now. Yeah, 4/10 back from Chandok. I know I'm on prime tyres, but there should be enough to get through. But I think the cutoff will be... Alright, whatever, Andy. Yeah, I think the cutoff is going to be around the low or high 125. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Sim some time, and if we have to go out on options, then... So, oh, it's Chandok! Chandok's in the wall! How has he ended up in the wall there? I think I've been doing some test races before this, and the AI were using their DRS before that last apex. So maybe he's tried to open his DRS a bit too eager to get on the throttle, and he's just completely binned it. So regardless of him being first, he might get knocked out here. Not sure. And I'm not sure we're going to see him again this qualifying. And that's his qualifying over, surely. Right, I've quickly simmed to the end of this session. Towards the end of the session, I've actually been shuffled down to P17. And there's, what, 0.05 of a second between myself and Liuzzi in that other Force India. With Karun back down to 16th. Like I said, he might be out of this qualifying if he's not careful. And we could go out if we don't go out on a new set of options. So sadly I'm going to have to use a pair of options just to get through. Just want to be safe. Oh my god, what is this? Traffic paradise. I've got 3 people right ahead of me. What are they doing? Trying to find some space on the track as we approach a minute left in this qualifying. Look at Massa, he's got his DRS open. Through the quadruple apex corner. What are you thinking? Yeah, that must be why Chandok crashed at that final apex. Jesus Christ. What are they thinking? Anyway, I don't think I'm going very fast here. I'm 1,000th down on my quickest time. But a 1.5 seconds off Button. I'm not sure if Liuzzi's going any quicker, so I might still be just about safe. But he can't be too cautious. Anyway, let's try and navigate this nicely. Good speed through there. What's it going to be? Is it going to be good enough to improve? It's an improvement.
30 seconds left in the session.
But not an improvement in position. So, it's not looking good so far. We should be through to Q2. But could get a little bit tetchy in Q2 now. Yep, just squeezed through in P17. Vitantonio Liuzzi is the midfield car who has fallen out of this qualifying session. He joins the rest of the back markers. Sandberg leads the way in that regard. Heikki Kovalainen on his return in that Lotus in 20th place. D'Ambrosio, Close, Trulli and Senna. So yeah, P17 we're going to need to make some proper improvements if we want to be a little bit more representative throughout the grid. But it's not just me struggling. Alonso and Rosberg down there as well. Right on cue, it starts stuttering right as I'm about to finish my first lap. It's good enough for P2. Just ahead of Vettel, but as you can see, it's just starting to spit with rain. So I've actually probably only got one more shot at this before it gets too wet, as Massa now takes first place in this Q2 session. And, yeah, I'm sure people who are still on their laps are going to start to struggle anytime soon. Let's try and get one more lap in, and then... Okay, that's good. Myself in 4th and Camus in 7th. It's good for the Sauber team so far. We need him to start picking up the paces. He's only on 1 point this season compared to my 32, so Camus in the mud a little bit. But anyway, we need to carry on. Car screaming to get to the end of that straight. Jesus, we've been knocked down to 6th place, but we're actually 4 tenths up on our quickest through Sector 2. We're normally very quick through this final sector. What's it going to be as we cross the line?
Your times are down through Sector 1.
Nice. 2nd place, quite a way off Hamilton, but this should be good enough to get through. It's not quite into the 24s like him. It's just ahead of Massa and Alonso. So yeah, it's starting to rain a little bit heavier. It's still quite dry, so I think everyone should be able to get a representative lap in. So we'll just come in and see where we end up by the end of this session. Okay, that marks the end of Q2. There we go, P7, very nice indeed. Made it through quite comfortably in the end. Look at that lap, Jensen Button, a biblical lap in the rain here in Istanbul. 7 tenths ahead of Lewis in equal machinery. McLaren looked inevitable this season, just like Webber kind of did last season, but it's only Q2. We need to see what they're capable of when it matters in Q3. Let's see who made it, who didn't make it in fact. Jaime Alguersuari just narrowly missing out to Michael Schumacher up in 10th, Chandok in 12th. My teammate did get shuffled back to P13 in the end, sadly for him. And Vitaly Petrov, probably the disappointment of the session, down there in 17th place. Alright, it's time for the top 10 shootout. Right, this is not good. It's pretty glaring. Right. Well, this isn't good, is it? It's pretty glaringly obvious what the problem is. Not the stuttering, but the weather. I headed out and it was nice and clear. That's a lie, isn't it? Well, this is not good at all, is it? It's quite glaringly obvious what the issue is. I'm on slick tyres on an intermediate track. When I headed out, it was still kind of dry, but on the cusp. But yeah, this is way too wet now. And I think I've left it a little bit too late. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking. Yeah, I think it's going to be P10. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be challenging Vettel for that pole position today. I think this is going to be all she wrote, sadly. Yeah, it's already trying. The fastest sector time's already passed, and I'm four seconds behind. Yep, that's it. We're going to be P10 for the Turkish Grand Prix. A little bit of a mistake there. Right, well yeah, that's not great, is it? P10, I had to actually come into the pits after that. I was way too wet and didn't want to smash into a wall or anything like that. But yeah, P10. I say huge disappointment, but P10, it's alright. Right in the thick of it for tomorrow's race. There's Lewis Hamilton down in P9 as well. You would have thought him in the rain would be a lovely mix, but not coming to fruition today. Sadly for him, he will start tomorrow's race from 9th on the grid. Let's see who's got pole position though. It's Sebastian Vettel. Is this the start of his redemption arc perhaps? Up in P1, he had a really torrid first 2 races of the season, but slowly came back into form in China, and here he is. He has arrived for the 2011 season. Well done to him. And Fernando Alonso, the reigning champion, up in P2. And again, Kubica in the top 3, like I think he was in Malaysia. Don't quote me on that, but I remember he did have a really good qualifying in Malaysia, and he's back as well. And Michael Schumacher carries on his very good consistency for this season. Jenson Button in 5th, Webber 6th, Massa, and then Rosberg. Alright, yeah, P10 for tomorrow. It's going to be dangerous at the start. Let's see if we have any decent pace. Not quite sure. Bit of an unknown here at Turkey. But there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 2011 Turkish Grand Prix. Sadly, this will be the last race here at Istanbul Park, and we're going to send it off, hopefully, with a good one here. 50% distance, as always. No percent chance of rain, which you just love to see. We've all seen the grid, obviously, as I made it to Q3, but let's have a quick look at the strategy. It's pretty much the usual options to start with, and then go into primes on lap 7 and then 18, another set of primes. I don't think I have a lot more to talk about, so let's just get straight into it, shall we? The Turkish Grand Prix, here we go. Alright, again, Andy giving us the silent treatment. Probably just the norm for him. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton just ahead of us. Let's see what we can do as we go away for the Turkish Grand Prix. We've got Alshari right behind us. Let's keep it clean into this first corner. Rosberg right up the inside of about 3 cars there. I think we've just done the same as Mark Webber being shuffled down the order. Back behind Maldonado and out of the top 10. But we got Hamilton on our outside. We're going to go down the inside of him. Thank you very much. Up to P8 as here he comes. He's coming back. Going to be side by side with him as Massa and Rosberg going quite slowly up ahead as Hamilton's off. Hamilton's off. I'm not sure what happened. Let's actually go back and see if we can see what happened. Let's get a good angle first. All right. Sorry, horrible directing. Anyway, oh, he just gets spooked by Maldonado. I mean, a lot of people have been spooked by Maldonado in his time, but obviously he's got a clean slate here. But I don't know. He's just spooked Hamilton. No one's fault but his, really. Complete driver error. I think Webber just gets, I don't know, just follows him in. Not quite sure what happened. I was too busy looking backwards to concentrate what was going on ahead of me. But yeah, driver error it seems from Lewis Hamilton. So his torrid start to this weekend continues. But that should give us a little bit less pressure from behind, which is nice. But Maldonado now into the top 10. We've got to settle into this race. Could be a pretty chaotic one by the looks of it. And Massa down the inside of Rosberg. I didn't want to commentate because I thought he wasn't going to pull it off, but there he goes. Massa up into P6. Now we've got Rosberg right ahead of us. He's going very defensive into this first corner, but I don't think he has anything to worry about at this moment in time. Sebastian Vettel maintains the lead of the race. Good for him. It'd be good for him to get a win under his belt to kick-start his season. But yeah, still P8. Only lap 2 though, so not sure what to expect. There's Maldonado having a look down the inside, and Massa up ahead looking on Jenson Button. But it looks like a good track for overtaking, even for the AI. So a good race inbound, I'm sure. Alright, lap 5. This race is going by very quickly. It's very fast at the moment. It's quite hard to keep up with the race pace, but still on the back of Rosberg, and Massa still ahead of him, not really attacking Jenson Button anymore, who himself is attacking, I think it's Schumacher in P4, but he's still here in P8. We've got Maldonado and Chandok, who's made his way up into the top 10 onto the back of our little group that we've got going on here. But yeah, it's just trying to maintain this race pace. I think the leaders are pushing quite hard at this point. So yeah, it's taking a lot of life out of our tyres. We've still got 3 laps to do on these worn set of options, so it's not great so far, but at least once we can get these off, we can start to manage our race pace a little bit more. But it has been good racing, especially from AI, like AI against AI. Good races so far.
Pit in this lap. Come into the pit to the end of this lap.
Yep, will do. Very much looking forward to that as some people ahead of us make their first pit stops a little bit early, it must be said, but whatever. It's their own strategy. I think Schumacher was one of them.
Camui's in the pit.
And it must have been whoever's in second. I actually forgot who's in second. Oh, it's Alonso. That must have been him into the pits as well, but we've only got this lap to do on these tyres, so should be nice to get on a new set of primes and actually try and attack Rosberg now. I've just been maintaining the gap to him. It's Maldonado looking feisty behind us as always as well. So we're going to come into the pits at the end of this lap as I try my best to stay on the track. Oh, hold on, I think we got... Alright Andy, we've got a run on Rosberg here. He's going defensive. Do we have the overspeed on the German? Of course we do. Lovely move. A little bit of a DRS overtake, but you got to take it. Oh god, nearly spinning out. Let's just make it into the pits as safely as possible. As Rosberg and Maldonado following us in. So that was a good move to make to get ahead of the German. Let's see where we're going to re-emerge in this race. Hopefully we can get a good pit stop. We've been getting a lot better pit stops than we had last season with Virgin. As actually no, we've been held up, waiting for the Toro Rosso to come in, and Maldonado has jumped both Nico and I. So well done to the Williams pit crew. Fair play to them as we rejoin just behind Schumacher ahead. As Maldonado nearly gets ahead of him too. So well done to the Williams crew. Yep. Thank you, Andy. As Kovalainen is splitting myself and Maldonado, but we should. Okay, so yeah, Kovalainen on prime tyres. We should make light work of him. We've rejoined in 11th. It's a lot higher than I actually thought it would be, but I assume the rest of the grid have also started on option tyres. So let's try and get past Kovalainen as quickly as possible and see if we can reel Pastor back in. Oh, we've got a massive run on Kovalainen here. Oh god, I had to get on the brakes momentarily there as Kovalainen's just going so slowly. Not really his fault, but we make light work of him here on lap 9. I'm sure he'll be coming into the pits anytime soon. There's Maldonado right there ahead of us. He's not been able to get his foot down as hardly as he thought he could. We've got a couple more people coming out of the pits. We should move up to P8. I'm not quite sure who that was coming out of the pits. Let's see, it kind of looks like a Lotus, Renault, sorry. Not Trulli. I think he's up in like 12th place. So happy for him. But yeah, we carry on P8 where we were before the pits, and let's try and get past this Williams. I think we're going to get past Maldonado here with the help of DRS. Thank you very much. We'll take the racing line. He's still there. Got to give him some room just in case he wants to have another pop at us. I think Schumacher made his way back past Felipe Massa, so well done to him. Vettel setting the fastest lap of the race. I think he's still in the lead.
He should be pitting within the next few laps.
Okay, so maybe Massa's gone on. I think I just saw a glimpse of yellow, so I think he's gone on to options again. Option primes for the Brazilian. So I'm not sure how he's been overtaken by Schumacher, unless he is also on option tyres, or the option tyres just aren't working for Massa perhaps. Yeah, Schumacher's actually, he's on the white ball tyres, he's on the primes, just like myself. And not great pace for Ferrari so far at the moment.
You need to find some speed. The car behind is closing in.
Oh god, Maldonado's all over me here. He's got the DRS open, and I have to go defensive. He's managed to stick on my tail. Can he make the move stick? No.
Faster than the car ahead in sector 3. Try to pass him.
So Massa re-overtakes Schumacher. So good battle between those two. As Vettel again, another fastest lap. So a very good pace in that Red Bull here. Maldonado didn't quite have the confidence.
Okay, times are looking good. You're matching race pace.
Yeah, we are keeping up with Master Schumacher ahead, but that is because they are battling quite hard.
Mix three. Let's take this guy.
Looks like it's going to be round 2. Maldonado is so fast, especially through the quadruple apex corner. Need to find out what the name for that turn is, and yeah, I'm going to show him to the outside again. He clearly wasn't confident last lap, and once again, we're on the brakes later than him, and it's quite easy to maintain this P7 at the moment. Maldonado, he's got a lot of pace, but he needs to turn that pace into confidence at this time. Well, Maldonado's so much faster than me at the minute. Not a lot of good pace on these prime tyres. As Maldonado's could get this done before the little kink, but I think that's what's affecting him here. As Rosberg's actually got the run on him, and he's going to lose a place in that. So Maldonado clearly needing to work on his racecraft a little bit, as Nico Rosberg takes advantage of that and moves himself up into 8th place, and I'm sure that he'll pose a much bigger threat to my P7 at the moment.
Schumacher should be pitting in the next 4 laps.
Yeah, I think we're on the same strategy as Schumacher, Andy, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, still P7, but I think now that Rosberg has got past Maldonado, it's going to be P8 quite shortly. It's just this second sector, I'm so slow. Got no speed, got a horrible downforce, it feels like, in the quadruple apex. Yeah, it's clearly a weakness at the moment.
Engine temperatures are good. Let's try to keep it that way.
Oh, what a switchback from Rosberg. Great move from him. So close between us three now. God, who's going to get the DRS? It's going to be Rosberg. Can I stick in his slipstream, perhaps?
You're much faster in sector 1.
I'm trying my best, Andy. Probably don't talk to me during this sort of battle, but Rosberg has made it stick. P7 for him. Well done to him, and yeah, putting me under pressure before the DRS zone is clearly the play. So, yeah, I got a little bit flustered there. So well done to Nico. He's up into P7. Now we have to try and maintain Pastor behind us.
The pit window is open. Come in this lap.
Oh, finally made it to lap 18. We were still in 8th just before all those people ahead of us pitted. Actually, no, it was P7. Jenson Button came in on lap 16. Yeah, we got Maldonado all over us at the moment. I think Hulkenberg was right behind him too. So both the Williams having good pace at this stint in the race. And I think my teammate was quite close behind him. So was Vitaly. And yeah, you can see Petrov in that Renault up in 6th place. He's had a good race so far. Obviously starting back in 17th.
The car behind is closing in.
Andy, have you seen my tyres? Like, have you seen my tyres? Come on. Like, give me a break. I'm trying my best here. As Rosberg's just romping away from me at the moment. And I need to get into the pits as soon as possible. Get me into that pit box. Jesus Christ. There's Rosberg up ahead, also coming in, as does Maldonado and Petrov. He'll be looking for another incredible pit stop from his team as we come into the lane and into our boxes. Come on, let's have a good stop. Let's not get held up by anyone as Rosberg comes out easily ahead of us. As Maldonado, we're having to wait for Maldonado and Alguersuari to come in, and Petrov. So we've lost 2 places off that. Maybe we are going to have the same pit stop calamities as we did last time. Oh, it's not great, as we got Kamui right behind us now.
Tires still need to get up to temperature.
I think I've been jumped by Hulkenberg as well, just ahead of Petrov. So, not great a great pit stop from us, but I feel like I've got the pace, at least as my tyres are fresh, to get back past these guys, but it's going to be close, and maybe team orders will come into play. Look at this run we've got on Vitaly here. It should be very easy to get past him. We've been pretty quick since coming out of the pits, and that will bring us back up into P12. I'm pretty sure there's someone right at the head of this queue who's going very slowly and holding us all up, who hasn't made their final pit stop. But yeah, P12, got Nico Hulkenberg next. Didn't have to let Kamui through, as I've been pretty quick so far. We've got 9 laps to go, including this one. There's Alonso now in the lead of this race. Okay, fair enough. Vitaly straight back past us on the next lap. Didn't quite have the pace on this lap. Yeah, that Renault's got quite a bit more grunt than that Williams does. Yeah, we do see someone coming into the pits. Not quite sure. Oh, it's Hamilton, who's had a terrible race so far. So he's going to be right down towards the back of this field now and well out of the points today. Right, lap 23, and I'm really considering letting Kamui through. I mean, I'm still on the back of these guys, and maybe it's a good time to let him past whilst he's still in the back of them. Let's see if you can get past cleanly. There you go, Kamui. Let's see if you can make an impact on this race. And he might have a better chance than me of getting back into the points at this stage. So yeah, the first time I've had to let a teammate through as they've genuinely been quicker than me. I mean, it's a nice fresh breath of air, but still not nice either way. Okay, lap 25, we got Liuzzi into the pits. He was trying to make a one-stop work, but I think he's had to come in as his tyres are about to turn into mush. So we've been promoted up into P12. We've got Kamui still ahead of us. He's kind of been making... Hamilton posts the fastest lap of the race, not surprised as he's on a fresh set of options compared to everyone else, but he's well out the top 10. So probably not going to be getting that fastest lap point today, but yeah, but as I was saying, Kamui is kind of posing a threat to Petrov, but not really, but we'll be able to see what his true pace is like now that Liuzzi is out of the way and the cork is out of the bottle. But we've got Alguersuari on the back of us now. It should be quite easy to lead, to keep him behind. But yeah, P12 could be where we end up today. We're going to wait for Kamui to try and make some moves, hopefully.
You're dropping a few tenths of a second per lap to Kamui.
Yeah, the team orders haven't quite worked here. He's quite badly dropping off the back of Petrov, and with only 2 laps to go, I should probably make an effort to get back past him, as obviously you can't use team orders properly in this game, but we're just going to have to try and get past him as quickly as possible. Try and make it look like it's orchestrated, but he's not quite cooperating at the moment. I might just have to dive him into this corner. There we go. Thank you, Kamui, for your service, but back up to P11, and let's see if we can get past this Renault ahead of us, back up into the points. Alright, this is it, lap 29, the last lap of the Turkish Grand Prix, and probably the last lap I'll ever do in my career. I'm very sad to say that, but I'm sure at some point in this channel we'll come back to this circuit. But anyway, we must continue. Vitaly Petrov is right there, so I've kind of cut the corner anyway. Less said about that, the better, but we're all over Petrov here. There's a good chance of maybe one solitary point today, and that would be good for us to at least get on the score sheet. And there we have it. Fernando Alonso wins the race. He gets ahead of Vettel during this stint. Not quite sure what happened to him, but well done to Alonso, back on the top step of the podium. As yeah, we don't quite have enough to get to Petrov. That Renault is so fast in a straight line. We've got nothing for it. As Hamilton actually makes a move past my teammate for 12th place. So Hamilton does have a lot of speed at the end of the race. At the end of this race, sorry, but not enough laps to go. It's P11 for us.
Just one place outside the points. Good driving.
Thanks, Andy. I'm not very pleased with that myself, but it is what it is. Only our first non-points finish of the season, so yeah, it was bound to happen at some point, and you can't have a good race every weekend. So yeah, P11 for us today. Let's see what happened towards the sharp end of the field. Fernando Alonso getting up from Okay, due to me being a massive plonker, I misclicked on the game and just went straight to the main menu after talking about my performance, so sorry about that. Here's a quick rundown of the order. So the podium looked like this: Alonso, Vettel and Jenson Button. Well done to Alonso, that's his second win of the season. He's got his teammate up in 4th place. Kubica a little bit disappointed to go from 3rd to 5th, but nevertheless pretty good from him. Michael Schumacher and Nico Rosberg in the Mercedes right after him, with both the Williams in the points, so well done to them. And obviously Petrov just finishing ahead of us in 10th place. Then got myself down in P11. Lewis Hamilton getting the fastest lap of the race, but he's not going to get that point as he didn't finish in the top 10, sadly for him. Then we got my teammate in 13th, Kobayashi, then Alguersuari. That's actually his best finish of the season so far, and the same could be said for both Kovalainen and Bruno Senna in 15th and 16th. Very disappointing races again for Liuzzi and Daniel Ricciardo. Sam Bird in 19th, Danny Close 20th, Trulli 21st, and D'Ambrosio the last of the finishers. And we had 2 DNFs today: Karun Chandok, who was running right behind me at one point, and Mark Webber as well, so huge disappointment for him once again. Alright, finally we can go through the standings. Sorry about that, I know this is all very crude, but yeah, you gotta make do sometimes when you make mistakes. Anyway, that's what Lewis Hamilton is going to be thinking about. He had a 25-point lead before this race. It is now 3 points. Wow, that is shocking. Alonso up to 2nd place. He's on 58 points, only 3 points behind Hamilton, so starting to be a little bit of a 3-horse race now, again at the front between Hamilton, Alonso and Button. I've been shuffled down to 6th place after not scoring points today. Both Schumacher and Massa making their way past us, but we're still ahead of both the Red Bulls, and Kubica just creeping up towards us as well. Amazingly, Sam Bird still at the head of the pack in terms of the midfield on 6 points after his points finish in Australia, but Pastor Maldonado only 1 point behind him now. He makes up 4 places after his 8th position today. And then we've got Danny Close, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo losing 2 places, and Kobayashi still only on 1 point. Still have 8 drivers who haven't scored points. Obviously Forzi, not sure if he's going to be coming back into the sport, but yeah, both the Force Indies still looking for points after 4 races this season. It's so poor from them. And we've got the likes of Alguersuari and Kovalainen down there as well. They'll be itching to get their names onto the score sheet soon, I presume. A lot of movement in the constructors as well, but not at the pointy end. McLaren still 18 points ahead of Ferrari, and their big gap back to Red Bull, who have jumped Mercedes however, and Renault jumping ahead of us too. It's looking much better for Williams now, who jump up 3 places ahead of Marussia HRT and Toro Rosso to get up into 7th place, and they'll be looking to solidify that 7th place. I definitely feel like they've got the car and the drivers to do so this season. And yeah, like I said, Force India still waiting for their first point along with Lotus. Well, there we have it. That is probably the last Turkish Grand Prix of our career. That's a real shame. I do like this track, but yeah, it is what it is. Maldonado getting the drive of the day today, his first one, and if he works on his racecraft, he could be in the points very often. Anyway, if you did enjoy that race, please leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to continue on this journey through the 2011 season with us. And next time we have the Spanish Grand Prix at Catalonia. And yeah, Spain has never been my favourite track, but we're going to give it our all and try and get back into the points once again. All we can do is try our best, of course. But yeah, like I said, if you did enjoy, I'll see you guys next time for the Spanish Grand Prix. Take care.